I love superhero movies. I love how a normal person could somehow become gifted with special abilities and do things we can only imagine Greek gods capable of. It is truly fascinating. I love everything about the superhero story, the worlds which they operate in, the utilization of their powers, even the internal struggles which they go through. But due to new advancements in special effects, we as viewers have finally been given an accurate portrayal of the heroes and their powers. With special effects technology, we can see a realistic portrayals of our favorite heroes in a copacetic world in which they live in. With new technology, we get a new understanding of the characters with each display of their powers. And finally, we have been given movies which can be appreciated by all ages. Due to new advancements in special effects during the digital age, the superhero movie can tell a more realistic story. Special effects allows the world and the heroes that live in them to be more believable. I remember one day at the barbershop, my barber was telling me to check out The Incredible Hulk. He kept saying it looked so real. I didn't really understand because I was 10 or 12 and it was the early 2000s, so hero movies and shows and the Power Rangers all looked the same. I didn't even understand what the meaning of heroes looking real meant. But when I saw The Incredible Hulk and later my mom bought me the DVD, I discovered what he was talking about. In the previous Hulk movie, the Hulk looked nothing like Bruce Banner. He could jump miles, and he was never really in any situation in which he was inconvenienced. I just thought that's what superhero movies were about, showing that these guys can do anything. But in The Incredible Hulk, you can see the muscles bend and bulge whenever the Hulk moved. You could see the scars on the Hulk's face, which were on Bruce Banner's face. The close shave could also be seen, and most importantly, Hulk looked as if he belonged in that world. The combination of lighting and the color contrast helped, but the settings of busy Brazil, grassy Syracuse, and concrete Harlem just gave this setting in which the Hulk looked as if he belonged. I remember before watching The Incredible Hulk, watching Iron Man. Everyone thought it would fail, but it was so awesome. And now after about 20 Marvel movies, Iron Man 1 is still one of my favorites. This is a movie about a billionaire who designs metal outfits and fights war criminals. How could that be good, relatable, or even realistic? Well, they set up this world in which this guy, Tony Stark, is not only rich, but an engineer and a scientist. While surrounded by holograms and a powerful violin theme in the background, Tony Stark commands his AI robots what to take note of and do to help him create and test his Iron Man suit. The combination of great acting, the musical score, the special effects of the robots and the holograms brilliantly sells this hero movie as a believable sci-fi. Hulk should have bulging muscles. Iron Man should be walking around his garage with 50 holograms following him. It's little things like this which allow the heroes to appear as plausible in the world which they operate in. Since new special effects technology, the display of powers allows a deeper appreciation of characters. Now, what I said about superhero movies of the early 2000s and the Power Rangers is true. Superhero movies were awful and the action wasn't even in the same hemisphere as believable. Like I said, the Hulk didn't even look real. He was running from helicopters and jumping city blocks. It just didn't make sense. But in this digital age, directors are using special effects for heroes to use their powers in ways in which we can learn more about them. We saw in the film Logan, after Wolverine gets into a fight and cuts off Gangster's limbs, he has to recover. He is older in this movie, and the adamantium metal that was injected into him is killing the X-Man. He retreats to a decrepit bathroom to put on a new shirt, and with much pain he pops the bullets out of his body. Then, with his hands, Logan has to push his razor-edged metal claws back into his fist. Now, we have seen previous movies with this guy doing both things with ease, but now we understand that Logan is not indestructible. The same powers which made him so cool and iconic are causing him so much pain, and there is nothing he could do about it. Also in Captain America Civil War, we are introduced to the new MCU Spider-Man. Now, What is different between Spider-Man and many superheroes in the MCU and Marvel comics and whatnot is that his powers affect his DNA, making him better at, well, basically everything. Many heroes in the MCU are given weapons or serums for artificial power, but Spider-Man is stronger and faster and more attentive. So when Captain America's fugitive friend, the Winter Soldier, throws a huge left hook at the teenage hero, Spider-Man catches it with no problem and admires the Winter Soldier's metal arm, while complimenting him. Now we see that even in a fight, he is still the talkative teenager who is strong as hell, while more so curious. Special effects technology doesn't only add a wow factor to these heroes, but provides the viewers with the age-old lesson of show, don't tell. Due to the technology gifted to us during the digital age, special effects are so crisp and close to unnoticeable that superhero movies can be enjoyed by viewers of all ages. Before, I went to the movies myself, and now my mom is asking if I want to go see Black Panther. Now that is interesting. These started as movies for dedicated nerds and now are loved by the entire world. I went to Europe and Marvel logos and Captain America's shield are everywhere. Throughout a series of movies, Marvel has not only created a following, but addressed real-life issues and cultural issues. We don't just watch these movies, but we live them. Like I said, my own mother wanted to go see Black Panther because the movie displays the separation between African and the African American mentality. We're constantly jumping back and forth from beautiful green screen Wakanda and dirty Los Angeles, feeling how resentment and complacency can ferment. Logan was about getting old and not letting guilt and regret cloud one's decisions. Captain America Winter Soldier is about how breach of privacy should never be crossed and how leading with fear is unacceptable no matter who is in charge. These movies all have lessons, and special effects help promote these lessons while making sure viewers don't only enjoy the film, but engage in it as well. I grew up a few years before the digital age. Bad CGI and special effects were common, but understandable. Once movies such as Beowulf and Avatar came out, the use of special effects grew exponentially. All of a sudden, movies were trying new technology to bypass the uncanny valley to reach the point of realism. Techniques such as de-aging characters can add layers of history by showing a time jump. CGI can make fans of the original comics relive their youth and allow a glimpse of another world. But all I know is I love superhero movies. I love the music that plays in the background, the display of powers, fighting style, the internal struggle within the hero, their morals, and even their motivations. I love it all, and I love seeing it all come together. Every superhero movie might not be Oscar-worthy, but does utilize everything in its disposal to create an experience. So don't overlook the impact the digital age has had on current hero films, because without special effects, their stories would still be told, but with less realism. This age has left directors no excuse for heroes looking out of place or using their powers for no reason. Digital media has transcended this genre from just superhero movies into hero movies, which can be and do whatever the director and writer wants.